Ethereum, did we make a profit or did we make a loss? Is Ethereum crashing right now? Hey guys, welcome back to the series where we buy crypto based on YouTube comments. We started the account from scratch, we've been adding $100 a week and we finally hit the milestone of $500 in our account. In this week we're going to talk about Cardano, which was the most popular suggestion last week. We're going to look at the reasons to buy it, the latest news and the price predictions for the coin. Thank you guys so much for your support so far. We've nearly hit that milestone of 100 subscribers on the channel, which is awesome. So if you're not already, if you can subscribe and smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm, it'll help the series grow. And make sure to get involved. Let me know down below which coins you think I should buy, which I shouldn't buy, which I should sell or hold. And if you guys can, when you leave me a suggestion, please give me a reason why you think we should buy that coin. Each week I'm going to look at the most popular suggestions and discuss should we buy them next. But if you guys know a reason or you have a particular reason in mind why I should buy a coin, please let me know. Because I might do some research, look at my reasons to buy the coin, and you might think, well, you've completely missed this point, which is the reason I would buy it. So make sure you let me know why would you buy the coin that you're suggesting. So far in the series, we've got Ethereum, Polkadot and our Cardano. We've got a great starter set to our collection. Later in the video, we're going to take a look at the whole portfolio on a whole and see where we're at, what our gains are, what our losses are, so make sure you stick around for that. I don't want to get too technical with the coins because I think it's not applicable to everybody. So each week I'm going to look at the coin in simple terms, look at the price predictions, and then you can make up your mind from there. As always, this isn't financial advice, this is just my personal journey. You can choose to follow it or not, it's completely up to you. If you do want more technical information, there's plenty of channels out there, and I'm not trying to be that. I'm just documenting my financial journey. Please remember, through these videos, I'm trying to increase my cryptocurrency portfolio. It's not my total wealth. This actually makes up less than 1% of my wealth and I'm slowly increasing it. If you want to see my full portfolio, which will be coming soon, make sure you stick around and subscribe because that'll be really interesting to see. So with all that being said, let's jump into Cardano and look at the reasons to buy it. What is Cardano? Well, the first thing to note is that Cardano and ADA are actually two separate things. So Cardano is a blockchain platform and ADA or ADA is the currency that's used on the platform. It's similar to Ethereum and Polkadot with smart contracts, boasting benefits like low fees, scalability and security. Now while I've been researching Cardano, it's clear that Cardano is really similar to Ethereum and Polkadot. Of course, if you want to dive into the technicalities of it all, there are going to be core differences, but they all seem to be going after the same issue. They're all just pretty much competing with one another to do the same thing. Plenty of arguments for which one's going to be the best, which one's going to come out on top, but as an investor, you just need to know they're all in for a good chance. Cardano was founded by a guy called Charles Hoskinson. He's a really clever mathematician, and in 2013 he quit a consulting job to begin a project called the Bitcoin Education Project. He joined the Ethereum founding team, he was one of 8 original founders, in late 2013 and he left in June 2014. He devoted significant time to the Ethereum project because he realised it was going to be big. He left Ethereum after a dispute about accepting venture capital and the need for more formal governing structure. Following his departure from Ethereum, he took a 6-month sabbatical and contemplated returning to mathematics, later going on to create Cardano. Cardano's done really well lately with people like Elon Musk promoting it, but I think what seems to happen with a lot of these cryptocurrencies is there seems to be some kind of snowball effect. So once something like this happens, you know, there's hundreds of, or if not thousands of YouTubers that jump on it, and Twitter jumps on it, Reddit jumps on it, and it just spreads like wildfire across the internet. So it kind of makes you wonder, is it jumping for the right reasons, or is it jumping because it's a viral trend? If we look at the price chart for Cardano, we can see it's been pretty stagnant, and recently it's just kind of gone through the roof. With it smashing through the dollar mark, and it has now dipped slightly, but it has been on a strong upwards trend. And it's currently on a buy signal according to TradingView. The really interesting thing on the TradingView website is you can see what people are predicting for the price, you can see whether they think it's going to go up or down. But if you're just a regular investor, I wouldn't worry too much about things like this. If you want to day trade, that's great. Personally, I don't really believe in patterns in charts and believing that because it's bounced down here, it's going to go up here, and because it's gone up here, it's going to go down there. If anyone could do this and knew what was going to happen day to day, they'd be a millionaire, billionaire. I know it's going to hurt some people's feelings, but that's my personal view on day trading, and it's why so many people fail. But what you want to be looking at is the long-term price predictions for Cardano. By the end of 2021, it's predicted to hit $10, 2022, $22, and 2025, $100. You could try to day trade, but that's not what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to do is buy coins that I believe in for the future and hold them, and hopefully long term they will generate profits, and I think that's what you should be trying to do as well. Buy them on a regular basis, spread your risk and hopefully hit these nice price targets in the future. Of course, you do have to be careful you're not buying into the hype. Cardano's really high at the moment because of all of this hype, this media, everybody's talking about it, so the price has shot up. It's more than likely going to come down, but holding it for the long term, it seems like a really great option. So I bought $100 of Cardano. So let's take a look how the portfolio is looking so far. So far, we've got 3 coins. We've got Polkadot, Ethereum, and now Cardano. So let's take a look at how Polkadot's done in the last week. So I think across the board, it's been quite a rough week for crypto. Now, Polkadot is actually still up from the price we bought it at. We bought it down here. We had a nice spike up to the $39 mark. It did drop rapidly back down, but it has picked back up. It's also dropped again now. So it is a bit of a roller coaster ride, but we're still up around 28%. Our Polkadot balance is currently $128, and we're looking at a 28% profit. Of course, we are looking to hold long term, and hopefully eventually we'll have double or maybe even triple the price that we have invested at. But 28% in such a short period of time is a fantastic result. Now Ethereum, on the other hand, has had one of the sharpest drops that it's had in a long time. So you can see Ethereum was right up to 1961 and it dropped all the way back down to 1420, which is one of the biggest drops it's done in a long time. The good thing is it is now steadily on the right track and it is building its way back up again. We're not too worried about this because we are looking at long-term targets, we're not looking for short-term gains. I do think now would be a great time to buy more Ethereum, and I do think you should be buying the dips. Ethereum has dipped slightly, it cost us $300 and now it's at 289, so that's minus 3.67%, which isn't too bad considering the drop in the market. I think we were quite lucky at the time we bought it, and lucky that I doubled down when the price was going down. As for Cardano, we've invested $100, so let's see how it's looking next week. So looking at our total so far, I've invested $400 and our balance is sitting at $417, so that's a 4.25% gain. But 4.25% in a week is actually fantastic. If you got that week on week, you'd be rich in absolutely no time, so that's fantastic. So I'm hoping that we'll keep adding, we'll keep steadily increasing our balance, and we'll see how it goes. Of course, these aren't the crazy gains you expect with crypto. People look at the charts and expect you to go from zero to hero, but it's steady progress, and that's what we're looking for. Hopefully, if we keep investing, we'll see some of these crazy gains mixed in with the sensible ones. So now you've seen our results with Ethereum and Polkadot, let's take a look at our other suggestions from last week. We also had Chainlink, Cosmos and Litecoin. So let's take a look at the reasons to buy them, and then you guys can suggest whether they're worth buying or not, or whether we should buy more Polkadot. So the first suggestion I will look at is Litecoin. So Litecoin seems quite similar to Bitcoin, although it aims to do things faster and cheaper, which sounds interesting. And what's quite interesting is this coin is actually just being added to PayPal. So that's going to be something that's also going to give it a boost. Now if we look at the price predictions, it's quite interesting. It's currently at $183. So by the end of this year, it's predicted to be $360. Next year, we've got $480. And in 5 years, it's looking at $800. So if we hit them targets, that would actually be awesome. So if we look at the coin market cap, you're looking at 12.1 billion, which is quite interesting as well. So it's a big cap and that looks really good. If we look at the charts, so it's been quite steady this year. If we look at the 1 year chart, it is quite high, but overall the whole market's quite high altogether. So we need to look at the long-term impact of the coin. If we look at the trading view, again, you can see the same chart. It's actually on a neutral signal. And if you look at some of the charts, they're quite interesting. Some people predict it's going to go up. Pretty much everybody said to go up. That's also quite interesting to look at, but we're really looking long term. So let me know what you guys think of this coin and if you think it's a good long term option. This coin I've been suggested is Cosmos. Now this looks quite interesting and it seems to be quite scalable and customizable. But on first glance, it did look quite close to Polkadot. You know, the same words keep cropping up. We've got scalability, usability, interoperability. Sick to death of hearing this word. You hear it absolutely everywhere. But this seems to be quite an interesting option. When you look at it, there actually seems to be quite a lot of projects built on this, and it looks really interesting. So if you were looking to build a project, Cosmos seems like a really interesting option. Now, if we look at the difference between the two, I actually had to look up what the difference between Cosmos and Polkadot is because they seem so similar. Now, Polkadot seems to have a more restrictive and possibly expensive parachain membership process, which is very technical. It also seems to be more customizable, so that's really interesting. So if someone wants to build Cosmos at the moment, seems the best way to go. So that seems really interesting. But to be honest, all of these coins, the more I look into them, they all do seem quite similar. So it all seems like they're all kind of trying to do the same thing. Whether they're all going to be needed, whether they all take off, we just don't know. It's a bit of a gamble at the moment, which one you go for, which one you don't. So really, I think you just want to spread your eggs, don't put all your eggs in one basket, and just take a gamble on quite a lot of these and see where they go. Hopefully they'll all come up in price and it'll all work out great. Now if we look at Cosmos on CoinMarketCap, we can see the chart again, it's high, but again everything is. The market cap for this one is actually smaller than most of them, just sitting at just 4 billion. But that's still fine, that doesn't really matter too much to us. If we look at TradingView, it's also on a neutral signal, and there's some interesting charts. As always, I don't really look at these, but they're quite interesting to see which direction people think it's going to go. There's quite a few people at the moment suggesting that Atom could drop in the short term, but again, we would be looking at long term. There was also some news that Grayscale has opened its doors to more altcoins, so that could also give it an upcoming boost, so that could also be really interesting. The last suggestion I had was Chainlink, which also seems to be along the same lines. It's also quite interesting to look at, but it's really hard to find a difference between some of these. The more I look into them, the more they all seem quite similar and they all seem to be doing the same thing. I could obviously sit here and list all the tech news, tell you this coin's going to explode, it's going to do this, but I think being realistic, you don't need to know that much about them. You don't need to know the technicalities, and to be honest, if these do get adopted, you've got to think how much do these technical differences actually mean to an everyday user. The market cap for Chainlink is at 11.5 billion. And if we look at the price prediction, it's also neutral. So all of these are pretty much neutral. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it to you guys. You let me know which one of these you think we should go for. They all seem fairly similar on the technicals, so I think adding any of these to our portfolio would be a really cool option. So now we've looked at our suggestions, please let me know which one do you think we should buy next. So in this video I thought I'd try something different. So let's take a look at the suggestions and you guys vote on which one you think I should buy next. So here's the suggestions. And let me know which one should we buy. And if there's something really great you want me to take a look at next episode, please let me know and I'll take a look at that. So once again, thank you guys so much for the support. I'm really enjoying making this series. And if you are too, please let me know down below, drop a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And let's go to the moon.